3. And no doubt he would love to collect an 8th European Tour title ahead of his bid for a first Premier League crown next Thursday.
First leg, Luke to throw first. Game on.
Blockbuster to start things off on the afternoon session. Final day of action here in Rosmalen. 2 world champions of the past going head-to-head in the first of 8 matches this afternoon. Then tonight from 7 o'clock local time, 4 quarter-finals, the 2 semis, and the final itself. Rob Malarkey in the chair for our opener, and alongside me, good afternoon, Paul Nicholson.
A very good afternoon it is, especially when you're starting with 2 world champions just like this. And we have to get straight into it.
58.
If this game is anything close to what we got from these two in Sindelfingen, we are in for a treat. It wasn't that long ago.
45.
It was only 3 weeks ago. But it will be fresh in the memories of these two champions.
100.
Humphries had to do something extraordinary yesterday to take care of Cameron Menzies. He averaged 122 in the last 3 legs of the contest. He took 3 legs in 37 darts to make sure he's here today.
Well, there is an abundance of players still standing in the field who have survived match starts this weekend. And yesterday, Michael Smith led a very charmed life. Ryan Joyce missed 10 match starts alone in the 10th leg of that astonishing encounter. Both players trailing their respective matches yesterday, 5-3, both coming through. Humphries surviving match starts as well. Smith down to a 1-3-1. Well, that leaves 80. Can't find the tops-tops combo that would have given him the early break, but Humphries stepping in on 24.
This is a tricky one. But of course he's up to it. He's the world number 1. And on that walk-on, Philip Brzezinski reminded us that Michael Smith is the world number 20.
57.
That just doesn't compute as well, but I think Michael Smith, he's almost at that stage now where I don't think he can afford to be too concerned about the ranking. I think it would be just best advised just to park it to one side and just let the darts take over. He'll be, I think, frustrated that he's got to play Humphries again in another 3rd round encounter on the European Tour, because Humphries on his day, as we know, can be so difficult to break down. Even when he looks vulnerable, as he did yesterday, he can so often find a way. But he hasn't won a European Tour title since Prague at the end of last season. But he is the holder of 3
for the last 3.5 years.
100.
I suppose we can say he's in a bit of a mini drought, but that could come to an end over the next few hours. He'd love to have that impetus going into the Premier League playoffs.
44.
There you see the reaction from Humphries. We discussed it yesterday about Smith's potential for missing the World Match Play as well. Just the other side of that treble 19. So 78 scored there.
138. Luca require 96.
But what about that for a recovery shot from Michael Smith, though? Double 18 here for Humphries for 2-0.
So well thrown, that last dart. That little sound before it hits the board, just kissing the barrel on its way through. 2-0. And the break is found by Humphries. Yes, Smith is not in the match play right now.
96.
And he's £4,500 behind the person on the bubble who is still in this tournament. That's Ricardo Petrescu. So that's not ideal, but Michael Smith, you're right about his ranking. You're also right about his position with the World Match Play. He's just got to take one game at a time. Keep winning games and he'll get there.
I think there's enough time and enough opportunities and enough tournaments to sort things out.
58.
I don't think he can afford to come into this one worrying too much about Blackpool. I think he's got to now contend with how to wrestle back this break of throw and salvage this particular game, because he's 2-0 down. Humphries not totally happy out there. 1 or 2 times now he's been flapping his arms around and looking a little bit disappointed with what he's doing. Michael Smith there has had a very sluggish visit. Doesn't quite know what the problem was there with Smith. He looks as though he may have been just...
96.
I can tell you that Humphries is very particular. If he misses a shot by the tiniest of margins, if you were to ask him live, he'd know why.
Yeah, Michael Smith has gone a bit wayward on occasion, and he can't put his finger on it. Double 16 though for Humphries, and this is looking pretty ominous already. It's a 108 checkout, and for the first time he's taken out the double at the first time of asking as well.
Yeah, this is a steady performance from Humphries so far. He almost left himself on 13 by hitting double 19 there. He just had enough sauce on that second dart. But he looks at ease right now, whereas Smith is clinging on.
Yeah, maybe just one or two signs that he's starting to iron things out on the finishing as well. He missed a couple of darts at double in the opener, missed a dart at double 18 before finding it in the second, but clean take that time around. Now, Michael Smith found himself pretty quickly 4-1 down against Ryan Joyce yesterday. Joyce with a couple of ton-plus checkouts in the midst of all that.
31.
He's going to have to find some powers of recovery in this one as well.
That was extraordinary, that position that Smith found himself in yesterday.
91.
I don't think we'll ever see Ryan Joyce have that many match darts and miss ever again.
Yeah, 10 alone in leg 10. He didn't
55.
have another match dart in the one or in the decider.
170.
Big fish incoming. Not quite.
He's smiling right now. He's disappointed he didn't get a shot at the bull.
Well, yeah, both players have been sort of gesticulating as if there's some movement on stage. Michael Smith did it earlier, Humphries did it there again. Or whether it's just a wayward dart, I'm not totally sure. Anyway, here we go, double 16 again, and once more, first time of asking, and the finishing all of a sudden just looks so clean, doesn't it? And Humphries, four without reply now.
Seems to be a lot of Ryan Searle fans out there today. Well, you're in luck because he's playing today. Not for a while. He's in game number 5 against Mickey Mansell in the second half of the afternoon, and Michael Smith is in deep trouble now.
Yeah, very different to the encounter that you mentioned in Sindelfingen just a few weeks ago. It's a very one-sided affair,
58.
and Michael Smith just hasn't really got going on the scoring. He's averaging only 81.9 at the moment. Luke Humphries averaging nearly 99. Good recovery on this occasion, then. And look at the gulf there, Paul, between the first 9 averages.
Yep, this is the Gulf of Rosmarlin. It's getting wider. Oh, that's catching on.
Darting bingo. Final day of action here on the European Tour in Rosmarlin.
140. 129.
6 darts for Humphries from here as well, and the way he's finishing,
97.
he looks all set for a 5-0 lead.
He's at ease right now, averaging 100. His doubles are good. He's had a couple of maxes.
98.
And Smith just isn't playing the same level of stuff. And that double 16 is at his mercy.
That, I mean, for a third successive leg, he's taken out double 16, first time of asking, first dart in hand, and it was almost as sure as night follows day that one was going to go as well. And this is, I have to say, a lost cause now for Michael Smith. Just hit and hope, and a Hail Mary moment, really, I suppose, for Michael Smith.
140.
You mentioned that Michael Smith has this great record of winning European Tour events. He has actually won this title before. He's the only former champion left, and he might not be lasting very much longer. And I'm convinced that Humphries is here this week, not just to get ready for the Premier League playoffs. I think he's here because he wants to win in the Netherlands. He hasn't done it yet on the European Tour, and there aren't that many opportunities to do it. He was close 2 years ago. He would like to go one step further, and he's so close to being in the quarters.
140.
Yeah, could be the perfect build-up for him for the O2 on Thursday. 164 ain't going to happen for Michael Smith, and Luke Humphries can return.
59.
And I suspect he may well go 9 double 16 for a 6-0 whitewash in our opening match of the day. Inch perfect so far on 16s, and absolutely inch perfect once again. An absolute masterclass of finishing on double 16 from Luke Humphries. 4 out of 4 in the closing stages of that one. My goodness me, that was impressive. 6 out of 9 on the doubles overall. An average of 104.86 for good measure as well. Michael Smith, in all honesty, was blown away in that one. And the former world champion and the world #1 clearly means business here in Rosmalen. He wins the opener by 6 legs to 0.